Oh, there we go. How about now? Of course, it wouldn't be a Nora Live if there weren't a, snafu right at the beginning, but live from the garage. It's me. It's Oh No Nora. Okay, guys, look at I have the cutest little ponytail right now. It's kind of amazeballs. So there you go. Here we go. So guys, can you all hear me now? Are we live? Can you hear me? Guys, gals, everybody in between, I got to tell you, I have watched the first 2 episodes, okay, of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and holy cannolis, wow. Okay, so the first thing I want to bring up here is this. Okay, we're gonna share the screen. TikTok, you guys can't see this, but when you go to oh, not that one. I have to move TikTok a little bit here. There we go. Now I can see things. All right. So when you go to the beginning of the show, this is in the intro. Okay. It's like somebody's typing in The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. And these are the things that will all come up, in this fake googly search, right? Swinging scandal, MomTok, Taylor Frankie Paul, soaking, and polygamy. Okay. So I've only watched the first 2 episodes. Okay. But guys, my wife and I did some crafts. Okay. I have crafts. I have props. We're going to go through the whole cast here. And I'm just trying to put it in the order that I want to show you guys these people in, because there's 2 people that are kind of the most important. Okay. And we'll go in this order here. Okay. So let me get back here. Over here. All right. So this, just to give you like a little preview of this show. Okay. So this girl, this lady here, Taylor Frankie Paul. Okay. Guys, I have props. Okay. So Taylor Frankie Paul is a Mormon wife. She's 29. When the show starts, she's 28. I'll get to that in a minute. And so she is, a Mormon wife. And she, I guess, like these Mormon wives on the show, from what I can see, started out as like traditional, Mormon wives. Their husbands are off at work and they are baby factories. And so this lady and her besties decided, you know what? We're going to do the TikTok. We're just going to like get out there and do it. So this is Taylor Frankie Paul. She started MomTok. Okay. And so this is the cast. I'm going to show you guys. We have Jesse with an I. Okay, Jesse with an I. Everybody's with an I here. So this is Jesse. She's 30. Okay. We have Layla. She's 22. Okay. Now, guys, don't get it twisted, because this is a different person than Jesse. Okay, this is Demi, but I want to put them side by side here for you guys so you can see. Okay, this is my confusion. Tell me they aren't the same person. How is this? What? It's like somebody took a profile picture this way and then somebody took a profile picture the other way, right? Okay, but this is Demi and this is Jesse. They are not the same lady. They are not the same lady. Okay. Demi, is a little bit scandalous because her husband's twice her age. Yeah. She's currently 29. Her husband is 60. So, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Then we have, of course, Macy. This is Macy. She's a shit stirrer. We're going to get to her in a minute. Watch out for Macy on the show. This is sweet, sweet Michaela. She's 23. Okay. She had her first baby at 16. Okay. This is like, wow. All right. And then, of course, this girl who is riding the Affleck name all the way home. Her name also happens to be Jen. Okay. Like, guys, she married a third cousin of Ben Affleck. So she is like in all the interviews now. Oh, the real Jen Affleck is here. Like, and she calls herself the original. Honey, you're 24. Your mom named you after Jennifer Lopez. You can't be the original. Okay, moving on. Now, this is Tay Tay. This is Taylor. She's the source of all of the trouble. But on the flip side of the coin, we have Whitney, who's also 30. This lady, she looks like a Stepford wife who's just like, oh, bless your heart. Yeah, she's a lot. All right. So those are those ladies. Now, other two characters that we're introduced to in episode 1 and 2 is, of course, Dakota. Look at this, Bajumba. Dakota, who is Taylor's new, boyfriend, baby daddy. Okay. And Leanne. Okay. Leanne has two moods. Okay. Leanne has this mood. This is Taylor's mom, or she has this mood. Okay. So when I'm talking about the show, we're going to have one of the Leannes up because she's either like, oh, I'm just such a pretty normal Mormon mom, or like, girl. Okay. So yes, my wife and I, thank you to my wife who helped me to, do these crafts because they're going to come in handy. Okay. So let's get it started. So when episode 1 starts, we have Taylor being introduced because not only did she start MomTok, okay, but then she let the beans out about, all of the scandalous stuff that had apparently been going on, because this is why they have a show, guys. The reason why they have a show is this lady decided to talk back to the trolls on Reddit. Okay. Taylor was like, I know what I'll do. I'll go on and I'll do a live TikTok, which she had 50,000 people watching her TikTok. Okay. And she's like, guys, so what had happened was, and she talks about how they were soft swinging. Okay. So let's talk about soft swinging. Soft swinging, according to Taylor and all these other people, is when you do everything except for P and the V. Okay? Everything leading up to except for P and the V. So that includes fellatio and cunnilingus. And everything else, touching, all of the other stuff. But no, guys, we got to keep this soft. I'm sorry. I had to. Okay. The other scandal is when you see all these women, and I'm going to show a couple of their TikToks here. When you see these women, they are not wearing their magic underwear. Okay. So they are like literally sitting there in crop tops, leggings. It's very non-modest. Okay. If you know anything about Mormonism and the Mormon community, it is purity culture. It is modesty. It is like, don't do that. Okay. So I'm going to see if I can do it here and get all of these ladies to fan out like a magical, let's see. I've got 4 of them here. Okay. And there's of course 8, right? Like, it's like a perfect little, they had to be, okay. So we have, I can't get it all on TikTok. It's too many for TikTok. All right. So we have these ladies and these ladies. Now, they start off as the group. It's all MomTok. Okay. They're besties. Their kids, they go to each other's houses. They film all these cute little TikToks. Okay. And then this scandal breaks. So episode 1 comes in and you're just like at the tail end of them dealing with the soft swinging scandal. Okay, so let's go here and look at a couple of, so we can see the evolution of their TikTok. Okay, so this is one of their early TikToks. Okay, this is from Taylor Frankie Paul's. Now, guys, listen. Let's be honest. Okay. Let's be honest. Serial killers usually have like, 2 first names, right? Taylor Frankie Paul has 3 first names. Okay. This is bad news bears already. Like, she's trouble. She's not correct in a lot of ways. And this is evident from the very first episode. Okay. So, here's one of their first TikToks. Okay, this is from Taylor Frankie Paul's account on TikTok here from February 8th of 2022. All right, so let's check this out here.
Oh, please. You guys love me. I keep it real, and I'm hilarious.
Actually, you're just a bitch.
Oh, okay. Whoa. I'm sorry. You just... Oh, please. You guys...
Okay, so that was Taylor, who dubbed herself the queen, doing this, you know, quote, right, doing this. And then that is, there's a whole bunch of other moms here that clearly dropped out of MomTok after the first scandal and things, okay? But Taylor, because she created it, guys, okay? This is always, she's got to be front and center. So then you see they evolve a little bit. This is from Whitney's page from February 10th of this year of 2024. So this is new MomTok. Look at them in their now. I want to say something about Jen. Okay, I'm just going to freeze it on that frame there because that's kind of perfect. This lady, Jen. Okay, so Jen is like, every time you see her in a scene, she's very covered up. She's very buttoned up. She's very like, ooh, Mormonism, I love it. Like, oh, you know, we have to do things that are correct. And then there's like a scene where everybody's like, you know, who's the freakiest one in bed? And then she's like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, Jen. It's always the quiet ones, guys. It's always Jen. It's always the quiet ones. Don't look at her. Yeah. Give me a break. Okay. So this is all the things. They're just doing a little dance here. Okay. So I'm going to have to mute that whole segment later because of the music, but that's fine. All right. So now this is like from last month or a couple months ago, from July 29th. And you see this is important to see who's in this TikTok with Macy. Okay. So Macy. Okay. So you see that now we have a division into two groups. Okay. We have Whitney. Let me go back to the beginning here. This is important, guys, for the plot line later. Okay. So we have Whitney. Okay. We have Michaela. Okay. We have Demi. No, that's not. No. Whitney, Michaela. I'm sorry. You know, guys, these names. Macy. Okay. And Jen. Where'd my Jen go? Jen. Okay. So these ladies have decided they are the saints. These four ladies. Who am I covering up here? Okay. These four ladies are the saints. Okay. Let me go back to this other. And then that means that the other four, right, are the sinners. So we have these four, okay, versus Taylor, of course, OG bad girl. Jessie, who like her whole TikTok is based on having a hood background. Demi, who's married to the guy twice her age. And Layla, who's the only one who's like single, divorcee, raising her kid on her own. So these are the sinners and the saints. Okay. So Taylor starts telling us the story of, you know, the soft swinging and everything that happened. And then she brings up, of course, Austin, Dakota. It's another city. Dakota, it's a state. It's one of them. He's not north or south. He's just Dakota. Okay. So Dakota, her boyfriend, her parents do not like him. Okay. And we find out early on that Taylor has now missed her period. Okay. And she's not sure what's going on. So in episode 1, we're getting introduced to everybody. Okay. But it was really weird because Taylor first has this conversation with, I told you who to watch out for. Remember who I told you who to watch out for? You're right. Macy. So they're sitting at a little coffee shop, having coffee, which again, totally Mormons are not supposed to have coffee. Okay. So they're at the coffee shop gossiping, like blah, 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 blah. And she basically, Taylor tells Macy that, you know, she's like possibly pregnante and, you know, things have been wild and all this other stuff. And then Macy drops the news that, perfect Stepford wife is coming back in town. Whitney, after the soft swinging scandal, had moved away to Hawaii to just get away for 3 months, for the whole summer. She was just like, I'm going to be in Hawaii, right? And she didn't tell Taylor that she was coming back. Like, this is the first crack that you see between these two ladies who are trying to be the queen of MomTok. So now Taylor's like, what? I don't understand. Why wouldn't she tell me that she's coming back? So then we see Taylor go talk to her mom, Leanne. Okay. So now Taylor goes to talk to Leanne, and she's like, I got to tell my mom a secret. And then Leanne's like, girl, what happened? Right. So Taylor's like, oh no, I'm late with my period with Dakota. And then she's like, you just got divorced. Like, why? What's wrong with you? Right. She is not nice, guys. Leanne is not nice. Okay. So Taylor's like, it's fine, Mom. I'm going to do me. Don't you worry about it. Right. Like, she just gets real sassy. So then all the girls are gathered. And we see, I didn't make a stick for him yet, but I will. I'm going to pull up my photos again. So we meet, and you guys can decide on this. I'm not going to make a thing out of it. Okay. So we meet Whitney's husband. This is Whitney's husband. When we meet him, this top portion of his hair here, okay, is like dyed platinum blonde. Listen, as somebody who was a closeted gay for 40 years of my life, I honestly thought that man was the gayest man I've ever seen. And apparently, Whitney's husband, during this whole swinging scandal, it was even worse because Whitney's husband was on Tinder sending nudes. Now, she says it was to girls, so I'm going to take her at her word, but I don't think so. Okay, so she and her husband have this thing where they're like, hey, I want to come clean about all this stuff. So Whitney gathers all the girls and they have this talk. And Whitney's like pouring her heart out, crying, talking about like, oh, my husband was on Tinder and he was like sexting all these women. And, it's real sad panda. Okay. And she's very emotional. But Taylor's like, you know what? Life has been hard for me too, because I am missing my period and the doctors think it's an ectopic pregnancy and that, it's probably really bad. And like Whitney is like, are you serious right now? Like, I'm telling you, my husband was on the Tinder sending his penis everywhere. And then you want to come up here with your ectopic pregnancy? Like, stop stealing my shine. I'm the queen of drama. Right. And then poor sweet Layla is like, but can't you still have the baby? And everyone else is like, Layla, no, an ectopic pregnancy could kill everybody. You can't do that. Like, what? Okay. So then we see Taylor. This is still episode 1, guys. Taylor and Dakota go out, they have sushi, and then something else happens. But then I've watched episode 1 3 times now. So remember that first conversation between, losing all my Mormons. Okay. So between Taylor and Macy. Okay. So they were out at the coffee shop and Taylor says very distinctly, yeah, he asked me to be his girlfriend, Dakota, but then we got in a big fight and then they cut it. They cut. Like, and then the first I didn't realize it because then Macy just starts talking about something else. So it was like a weird cut. So I was like, what are they cutting? What's happening? Okay. So Dakota and, Charlie, don't eat Layla. So Dakota and Taylor, okay, they go out to sushi because now she is not pregnante, so she can have the sushi. And he basically tells her, hey, listen, I'm a recovering addict and all your partying is going to have to stop. And she basically says in her close up, like, not today, Satan. Like, I'm going to do me, boo. Like, her boyfriend, the guy that she has just asked her to be his girlfriend, okay, It's like, I'm a recovering addict and alcoholic. I can't have you have all this alcohol. You got to stop all this partying. And she's like, sucks to be you. That sounds like a personal problem. Okay. So then we see this like body cam footage of a cop and all this stuff, and she's screaming, and you hear the 911 call. It's from a neighbor. Somebody's screaming. They're trying to get out of the garage. All this stuff. Okay. So all of a sudden she's under arrest for domestic violence, which made no sense because she's in the show. She's saying, oh, he threw me against the wall. He wouldn't let me out of the garage. And then you hear him say, she threw a chair at me. Okay. So what happened was, because they don't tell you in the show, right? They do not tell you in the show. So what really happened, and I'm pulling up the video here, okay, is pretty scandalous. Where did it go? Oh, craponomica. Okay, hang on one second. I have to pull this up here. Where'd it go? There we go. Nope. Okay, so what had happened, I had a clip that explained it, but I don't have the clip. I had it in a thing and I don't have it. That's fine. So what happened is when Taylor threw the chair, it bounced. She was throwing it at Dakota. Okay. She was throwing this metal stool, but it bounced off a wall and smacked Taylor's daughter in the head. So she got charged with and put in jail for domestic violence against her child, which they don't tell you. You think she's getting charged with domestic violence against this guy. Okay. But not so. Not so. They have a very volatile relationship, these two. Okay. So episode 2 takes place 11 months later. Like, they filmed episode 1. They're like, oh, we're getting this right at the beginning of the trend. These TikTok moms, it's going to be wild. Uh-oh, hot dog. She gets arrested. Okay. So now it's 11 months later, right? Everybody is settled down. And now, Whitney, she is like, I am not friends with Taylor anymore, and I want to take control of MomTok and get it, moving in the right direction. We need to be moving in the right direction. Meanwhile, 11 months later, Taylor is now super pregnant for realsies. Okay. By the time they start filming again, she's like 8 months pregnant. Okay. And she's going to have a baby shower she thinks she's invited all of the girls. Again, watch out for this one. Macy is very tricky. Macy will go have a convo with Taylor. Okay. And then like pump her up and be like, I support you. You're doing great. And then come over and talk to Whitney and literally be like, you know how some guys just think with their penis? That's Taylor. She thinks with her vagina. Like, guys, these people, okay, all of these women, what do they have in common? Okay, besides being Mormon, okay? And all of them are white except for Layla, okay? But what do they have in common? Okay, let's go back to high school for a minute, okay? And remember those girls where like their hair was their personality? That's all of these women. They're all doing the, Gen Z middle part, okay? Like, look at us, we're young, except for, Michaela, who's like, I'm going to do a tiny side part. I'm rebellious, right? Macy, middle part. Taylor, middle part. Like, guys, they almost look like the same women. All their hair is extremely long. Like, this is the most conservative thing about them, the hair, right? But it is their entire personality, which is why Whitney, right, has to stand out. Look at me. I'm Sandra D, right? This is like Mean Girls on steroids. It is literally giving like middle school, biatches who did not grow past it. But it gets crazier. Okay, so Leanne is like, hey, we're going to have this baby shower. Let's get our shiz together. Okay, so Taylor thinks she's going to, and Taylor has like an emotional, first of all, she admitted on camera that she had a complete mental breakdown. while she was first pregnant. She's going through all this regret. It's a very serious moment. I'm not joking about that, but it is very serious, right? But she's still with, of course, where did he go? Where is this Bajumba? Dakota. Okay, so now I want to show you guys, just to give you guys a hint of this man's personality, okay? Just to show you his real personality, I'm going to show you this picture. So when he moved in, okay, when he moved in together, first of all, Taylor did not tell her parents that Dakota is moving in with her. Like, did not call mom up and be like, oh, mom, Dakota and I are moving in together. So when Taylor is talking to her mom and her dad, she's like, yeah, Dakota's moving in today. And mom is like, what? What? What is why? Why is he moving in? And she's like, well, we're having a baby, so it's better for us to be in the same house. This woman literally says to her, well, our church says marriage first, then move in together. Mom, Leanne, I'm also a mom. What? So and then when he walks into the house, her dad literally is like, oh, you knocked up my daughter. And he's like, yeah, and I'm moving in. Okay. Like, that was his reaction to being called out, to knocking up her. But what's even better, guys, when he was moving in, this is what he put on his boxes: Dakota's cool shit. Okay. The other box over there says Dakota's shit. That one says Dakota's cool shit. And then the other box that he's touching says, here I come. Like, this man knew in no uncertain terms that he was going to be on camera. Okay. That he was going to be like filmed. And he decided that the proper thing to do was to put Dakota's cool shit on these boxes. That wraps up his personality in a nutshell. Now, so they have the baby shower, okay? They have the baby shower, and I bring this up. This is a still from the baby shower that I noticed the second time watching this episode, okay? Dakota and Taylor have been on again, off again, okay? Break up, and now she is pregnant and Nante. They are not engaged, okay? They're just together. They're going to have this baby. But in that still that I have up here from her baby shower, you can clearly see that her right elbow right here is severely bruised. To me, it looks like someone grabbed her arm. Okay, I bruise very easily. I will wake up with bruises, okay, because anemia, whatever, right? But that looks like, I mean, she already got arrested for domestic, assault, right? So their relationship is volatile. It looks like, even though she's super pregnante, it's still volatile, which is a bad sign, and I'm worried for her, and that's why I'm not a fan. Not a fan, Dakota. Not a fan. Okay. So we're having the baby shower. Okay. Baby shower's happening. It's really beautiful, right? They go to all these places. But meanwhile, back at the ranch, Whitney, Macy, and Michaela go to, again, they're always at these tea houses or like coffee shops. So un-Mormon. You're not supposed to have any caffeine, guys, in case you guys didn't know. In Mormonism, there's no caffeine, no alcohol. You're not supposed to take anything that or eat anything. Apparently in their Bible, it says no hot liquids. And then somebody turned that into coffee and tea. I mean, you can have iced coffee, right? So most of them, when they're drinking coffee and tea, it's iced. That way they're like, well, see, we're not drinking the hot liquids. They're being like purists about the Mormon Bible, because they certainly take a lot of, they stretch it out, however you want to say that. Okay. So these three go and they're having tea, and these two, okay, Macy and Whitney are like, hey girl, Macy and Michaela are like, hey, Taylor's having a baby shower, right? Are you coming? And Whitney's like, no. They are shocked. Shock, shock, shock. Well, why not? Because we are no friends. Boop. Just like basically, she's not going to do it. She doesn't respect her. She's not going to do it. Okay. Then Whitney calls all the girls over to her house. They're all talking about brand deals. Look at us. We got all these, woo, just like, all this stuff. She was like, well, I did get kind of a big one. It's for $20K. I'm going to show you guys. So then, okay, hold on to your butts, guys. She got a brand deal with a sex toy company. Okay. And she's like, I want to change how Mormons, do sex positivity. Right. Okay. All the girls are like freaking out. They're like, well, what do you have to do with it? Right. The one looks like it was like a tiny, like a rabbit kind of, one, the classic looking one, but it was like a small one. And she's like pretending it's a microphone and all, just so cute. So cute. Okay. So she says, all I have to do is take a picture and post it on my Instagram about the product, and it's 20 grand. Okay. Please, attention sponsors, attention, Love Honey, who probably did this sponsorship with this. I will send it to me. I will talk about your products like sex positivity. Let's do it. Okay. So the girls are like on fire. They're all touching the different toys because she got like a box filled with like 10, 15 different things. So then Whitney has this and this changed my mind a teeny bit about Whitney, right? She goes to talk to her mom to like kind of ask her if she can do this ad or not, right? So she's talking to her mom and she finally tells her mom what it is. And her mom's like, oh, no, right? No. I don't think that's proper. I don't think that's right. And she says to her mom, you didn't tell me anything about sex. My wedding night was a horror show. Guys, I grew up in a cult, okay? Also, same. Okay, the purity culture, same. We don't talk about sex. We don't talk about what happens, what you're supposed to do. I did not get that talk. Please put a 1 in the chat. If you are, literally somebody who, did not get that talk because you maybe come from like Gen X or millennial. Like our parents didn't tell us about that, but it's even worse in the more like and then her mom says, well, it looks like you figured it out because she has kids. And then she says, you know what made the sex better, Mom? Toys. Oh, that is just crazy. Leandra, this is hilarious. I'm sorry. I'm bringing up your comment here. Where did you go? Leandra Locke says, what's a Mormon sex toy? Like a toy car or something that keeps you distracted during the boring, soft, and dry intercourse? Listen, these ladies, according to them, they are, a saint in the streets and a freak in the sheets. I mean, that's, this one, Jen, that's what they're all saying. The TikToks are all them gyrating, all this kind of nonsense, Okay. So now we go to the baby shower. Whitney doesn't show up, right? Taylor's like, can we get a picture all together? Is everybody here? And everybody's like, oh, Whitney's not here. Guys, Leanne was like, hold my beer. Hold my pop. She went, and I'm not joking you, called Whitney. Called her from the baby shower and said, hey, I noticed you're not here. And Whitney's like, why aren't you here? Well, maybe that's a conversation you should have with your daughter. What? Girl. The preview for episode 3, guys, there you go. Galen, thank you for confirming this. As a boomer, and I was in the Mormon cult, I didn't know about sex until marriage. See, they don't tell you. They don't tell you about it, guys. So that's where we're at after episode 2. It is wild. We haven't even gotten to the swinging stuff yet, guys. They are going to cover that in episode 3. Thank you. I didn't say this at the beginning, but there are spoilers. I'm telling you guys the whole thing. Okay. So if you don't want surprises, watch the show and then watch this on the replay. But guys, to me, I'm looking at these women, okay? And as a woman who grew up in a purity culture, religion, okay? I'm trying to show you all of them, but it's like nearly impossible. So these are 3, and we'll go for the next 3, okay? Right? These women, I'm looking at them. They're all beautiful. Clearly, they understand trends. They understand TikTok. They understand social media, right? Okay. Now, these 2, like, tell me, please, tell me how these 2 don't look like twins. How is it? I think they all went to the same plastic surgeon. I don't know. I mean, obviously they're different, but it's like when I see them on the show, I get them so confused. Like I was like, is that Jessie or is that Demi? Jessie, Demi. Okay. So we're going to get to the wild and crazy everything with this. But I wanted to bring the parallels in, of course, between Scientology and Mormonism, what I'm seeing so far here. So number 1 is the total purity culture. Okay. The total rules. But these women, okay, these ladies, my little shuffle deck of Mormon ladies here, these ladies really think, and this is what MomTok was supposed to be about, right? Like pushing the boundaries of Mormonism, creating a new era of Mormonism where women can be seen, where women can earn money. Like all of them, these ladies, they're tiki-takis and everything. They are the breadwinners. They're making more money than their husbands, which is already causing a problem. Okay. Now this girl, where did she go? Where's my Jen? Here's my Jen. Okay. So Jen is getting a lot of traction and a lot of airtime. Why? Because she married Ben Affleck's 3rd cousin. Okay. So they really, in some chyrons on the show, they're like, Jen Affleck. Like nobody else's last name is shown. Just Jen. Like this is really. Okay. So like they want to tie it in with all, they even asked her in interviews, like during this rough time for Ben, are you guys all in therapy together? Like, she's never met Ben Affleck. Like get real. Her cousin, I'll bring up a picture of her cousin or her husband, who's Ben Affleck's cousin. See, it's so confusing. Okay. So this is her husband. This is Ben Affleck's 3rd cousin, this blonde, big. The only thing I see similar, of course, is like the chin area, but he's like, whatevs, but this girl married him because he's an Affleck. And then she got to be Jennifer Affleck. Like, please, we see you. Okay. But the purity culture, the women being, pushed down, lesser than, men being superior, supposed to be in charge, women, now where the baby factory thing comes in, that's a little different. The whole no sex before marriage, same in Scientology. It is crazy, the parallels to me, watching these women, right, talk about what their upbringing is. But what I don't get, and this is like where Scientologists do the same thing, right? They're just cherry picking stuff from their religion. And they're just like Taylor, okay? Let's take Taylor as an example. This lady, where'd she go? Where's my Tay-Tay? Where are you? Here she is. Okay. So this lady is a disaster. Okay. She needs so much mental health help. This is a bad decision for her. I'm just going to say this as a mom, as somebody who struggles with mental health, somebody who's recovering and doing a lot of therapy. This girl needs all therapy. Okay. All of the therapy, right? She basically is like, I had to date a guy who's in the church because it was important for me to go to church with the guy I'm with our kids. She doesn't even do anything that the church tells her. She doesn't wear the magic underwear. She doesn't practice chastity. She isn't humble. She isn't, quiet and subservient. Why is it important for you to go? Like, I don't even understand. It's the same thing with all these women. They are all like very much in charge. But this guy, but the Casey Affleck or whatever his name is, this guy doesn't like Jen being so uppity. Okay? Because in the preview, they have a conflict. And she's like, well, I, earn all this money. And he's like, well, good luck being a divorced mom with 2 kids. See how that goes for you. What? Like, guys, I can't. Like the cavemen-esque persona of these guys. And I have to make their things. They weren't really in the first 2 episodes, so I didn't, take the time to craft them. We'll be crafting all of the characters that we get introduced to. But yeah, this is the Hot Mess Express, y'all. It is wild AF. I'm loving every minute of it. So please, no one watch this. No ratings. It goes away. I don't agree. I think we should all watch it. It's wild. It's crazy. I love it. And it shows me, what this shows me is that all high control, coercive control, culty groups, okay, because Mormonism, it can be classified as a cult, even though it's a Christian sect, right? It's a Christian offshoot. This is wild to me how similar all these things are. Okay. But these women don't have pity on them too much. They all signed the contract, okay, with Hulu Originals to make this show, okay, to display their opinions and their lives and their lifestyle to the whole world, okay? But on top of that, they're on the TikTokies. Guys, they all have millions of followers on TikTok. And they are twerking and doing all this stuff on the TikToks all the time, right? This is not a flash in the pan type of situation. They are loving this. And I think that has to do maybe generationally, right? Because they are, I guess most of them would be like cusp millennials like Taylor Swift because they're 30, but some of them are Gen Z, like elder Gen Z, right? Like Layla. I mean, this girl's 22. This is a Gen Z mom. For all of us out there freaking out, this is Gen Z. She's a mom, right? Same thing with this one, Jen. She's 24. Let's see. Who else here? No. Well, see, even Macy would be considered elder Gen Z. She's 20. She's 28. Taylor is just turned 29. She's an elder Gen Z. This lady here, she's 23. That's Gen Z, right? And so then we only have 3. Oh, and Demi, she's also would be like elder Gen Z. And then we have the two late millennials, Whitney and Jesse, right? So this is why we all have the middle parts, guys. Like my daughter does the middle part. I don't know why it got brought back. Little House on the Prairie should have canceled that shit, but it's back and now it's on television. Now it's going to be even bigger. Like I think the middle part thing is a cult, personally. Middle parts are a cult. I'm just calling it right now. So they think that they are pushing Mormonism into the year 2024. Right? Like that these women twerking on TikTok are somehow going to change the Mormon church. And don't get it twisted. They like to be referred to now as the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, just like they did in the 80s when they used to do their little videos. I don't know if you guys ever remember seeing their infomercials. Do you guys remember seeing the Mormon church infomercials as a kid? Let me see if I can bring it up. This was my favorite one. I knew every word. Yes. Okay. I'm going to play this commercial for you guys. On the TikTokies, if you just look up Who Broke My Window, please do yourself a favor. Please do yourself a favor. Okay. It's kids. They're playing outside.
Who broke my window?
Who broke my window?
Telling the truth isn't gonna be easy.
Glass everywhere.
This is like an opera.
Why is my stomach
Broke my
almost
window.
squeezing?
Yeah.
some kid's
Kids
ball.
ball.
Who could the little culprit
Yep.
be? Who threw this ball?
Oh, did someone see?
He's so mad, I'm really
Really scared.
Kids
Because these days, they don't care.
Mr. Robinson, Mr. Robinson.
What a horrible mess.
I threw your window
with
at
my ball.
You?
And
I've come to confess.
You knew I'd be angry. Aren't you
Too
afraid?
afraid?
You'll have to pay for this mess
that you
but
made. But I'm proud of you, son.
For you have displayed honor. The
Stuff from which heroes are made. And who is that in the commercial? It's Alfonso, the host of Dancing with the Stars. You guys, it just like everything is full circle. Everything from the 80s is new again. Alfonso's on TV, and here he is starring in the Church of Jesus Christ, Latter-day Saints. Who broke my window? Yeah, it's an opera they made about like telling the truth that was played every Saturday morning when I was a kid. My sister and I would just dance and sing it. And yeah, I still know that whole thing by heart. It's very scary. So I thought as a kid that the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints were people who just like did opera to talk about, you know, the things that they did wrong. Yeah. So, yeah. It's just, this show, guys, I cannot tell you enough how delighted I am to be seeing some just absolute wildness going on, and what is, you know, what is happening. Let me bring up some chats here. Let's answer some questions real quick. Not pictures on sticks. I can't with you, Nora. Thank you, Shelly Kelly. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Let's go for the questions here. Guys, these questions are coming to me on YouTube and on Twitch if you're there. And apparently I don't know how to spell question. And I can't find. There we go. All right. Is Mormon Wives on Netflix? No, this is on Hulu. This is on Hulu. It's called The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Please do yourself a favor and tune in. If I send you a lighter, all these characters drop off. We set the crafts on fire. As these characters drop off, just like do a little, yeah, no. That could be fun. That could be fun. Doesn't tea have caffeine? Yes, once a witness, tea does have caffeine. But remember, according to the Book of Mormon, it is hot liquids. So if they drink iced tea, technically they're not breaking that covenant. It's been a thing that has been debated. Like, is it supposed to be caffeine they're not supposed to have, or is it just hot caffeine, right? So I think that's how some of them get away with that. Let's check out the comments here. My typing fingers are not good today. All right. Once a witness says, sometimes feel like that Armageddon is coming and will destroy the wicked, including me. See, and that is something that sticks around. You're a former JW. I don't know what the apocalypse story is in Mormonism, but yeah, that is, yeah. Also, once a witness, my feeling was right about Mormons being more screwed up than JWs. Well, there you go. See, this is like a cult, effed up Olympics here. We can all be like, well, I grew up in Scientology, but we don't have magic underwear. I mean, like, it's always like something where we can, one up the other cults, Hermes says, so I hear your theme in my head and look at my phone and you're live. Stop it. There you go. See, I'm just talking to you everywhere now. I'm talking to you everywhere. Galen says, in the Mormon community, they marry among families like third to fourth gen. As an ex-Mormon, they have a lot of lookalikes in Utah. Yeah, that is what they call the Mormon face, right? Because like the Amish, there's inbreeding. And also, guys, Scientology. You have to really check to make sure someone in Scientology isn't like your cousin, because they probably are, right? Yes, Rachel, I am going to make you subscribe to Hulu. I'm not getting a commission on that. This is not sponsored by Hulu, but girl, you got to get that Hulu. You got to watch this show. You got to watch this show. By the way, Galen says the church tried to sue Hulu to get this show banned. Of course they did. Of course they did. Just the same way that Scientology tried to sue A&E for having Leah Remini Scientology in the aftermath, right? They don't want this to be known. But also, LDS church. Bro, they're on TikTok. You can't stop this. You can't stop this. Heather Rhodes says, dude, I love the figures on sticks. Me too. And thank you again to my wife who helped me craft all of these things and put these beautiful ladies on sticks. And then also this guy. Candy's, a.k.a. also known as Mark Bunker. Nor maybe reach out to Growing Up in Polygamy. He's ex-LDS and his wife. Okay. Yeah, I'll reach out. I would love to talk to more ex-Mormons. I mean, I've got Galen here in the chat, but yes. There's too many people. It's confusing. I know. Once a Witness. I know. I feel dumb like Ozzy Osbourne listening to all this. Don't feel dumb. I'm trying to keep it straight for you. So maybe if you don't want to watch it, you don't have to. Lanikin says, I haven't seen this yet, but it looks like you're having fun recapping it. I wish you success in covering more topics. Looks like a good move. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. Capricious Caroline, I made it well known yesterday I wasn't interested in the show, but because of Nora's hilarity with this recap, I'm going to watch. Are you happy now, Nora? I am, Caroline. I am. Tune in. Guys, sometimes in life, you need to just have a delicious little bit of nonsense that just, watching like these two, okay, just vie for the queen of MomTok just makes you feel, like maybe the rest of the craziness in the world isn't so like unbearable, like it's just a little bit easier to move through life. There we go. Guys, that pimple, my co-star is still here, but I put on a patch today and that helped. So we'll see. Yes, the church cult says that marriage before living together. Isn't that nuts? That she's pregnant and so her baby daddy's moving in. That makes sense. And they're like, no. Okay, Galen says no caffeine, but they can drink hot chocolate and hot cider, which doesn't make any sense, Galen. Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't it like hot liquids you're not supposed to drink? And I don't know why that is. They went to Utah, which is like freezing. Why wouldn't you want hot liquids? Like, what's wrong with you, Brigham Young? What's wrong with you? Galen says also, if you want, I can email you about how they get away with doing sex at BYU. Oh, hello. It involves 3 people. I believe that is called soaking. And I have heard of that. For those of you non-Mormons and non-ex-Mormons out there, soaking is because the way they look at sex is if the 2 people are not, like the guy isn't actively doing this, gyrating his hips into the lady's hips, right? So what they do is the man just gets on top of her with the P and the V, and then 1 or 2 other people jump on either side of the bed to create the motion in the ocean for them so that they can experience it without doing it, and it doesn't count. Like, I give him gold star for creativity, teenage and, young adult Mormons, like gold star, like 5 stars. I don't even know, 1,000,000 stars. But like, guys, it's still, you're doing it. It's happening. Oh, you can't watch it in Australia? I hope you can. I hope you can figure that out. My mom was the first Catholic executive director of Planned Parenthood. That's awesome, Anne. That's awesome. Yes. Galen says, church leaders tell us that women are child bearers. They're a baby factory. And the men are the breadwinners. Sounds very familiar to me. Except for in Scientology, of course, women can, sign their life away for 1 billion years and then, earn $50 a week. Good stuff. That's the one place that Scientology has equality and equity, is that everybody gets that $50 a week, whether you're a man or a woman. They don't care. They do not care. Oh, thank you, Rio, for life. Love my energy. I love doing this. This is fun. Emma Robson says, please know that LDS is as destructive as Scientology. I watch the LDS YouTubes too. Yes, guys, all of these cults, okay, have the same thing in common. They are not here to help you in any way, shape, or form. They are all coercive, control, human trafficking, child trafficking, in some cases of like Where'd my girl go? Where's my Demi? Okay. This girl was 19, maybe younger, when her 50-year-old husband started courting her. Totally normal. Also, in Scientology, I can name at least 6 women that I know that were teens when their fully grown adult human husbands got the permission of their parents to marry them. Okay? So, yeah, samesies. Lady Victoria says, this is so strange because where I grew up in New York, there was a community, and that community is spread, but they have no influence from outside people. So this is like a micro cult where you grew up. I'm fascinated. Please email me. I want to know. I want to know everything about it. Mormonism and Mormon discussions are also interesting. Ex-Mormons and YouTubers, as they also have podcasts. Yes, I'm going to be reaching out to them too. I want to see their reactions to this show also, because that's going to be crazy. Leandra says, don't complain about the pimple on your chin. That's nothing. I once had one where a Mormon husband wouldn't put his mouth. Oh, that was unpleasant. Yeah, they don't do that, apparently. Yeah. But thank you for oversharing, Leandra. That's wonderful. Yes, I did word clear soaking for everybody in the audience. Okay, Kraken Studio, the real booty says, oh, no, you don't know that cults just willy-nilly make up new rules every day to appease the manipulative, coercive, controlling God complexes? Oh, my goodness. Galen says, word of wisdom is subjective, but no coffee or tea is 1 and 2, whether hot or iced. No alcohol and no smoking and minimal meat. But that goes by the wayside. Okay. All right, Galen. Okay, Rio for life. Come in hot. My brother at 19 married his wife 2 weeks before her 15th birthday. Guys. Like, this is just more and more and more. Oh, you don't know my email address? Mods, please put my email address in the chat for you guys on Tiki-Taki. My email address is oh.nooo.nora, N-O-R-A, @gmail. That's oh.nooo.nora with a lot of O's in the no. Give me an email. Shoot me or message me here on TikTok. I'll get back to you guys. Guys, that's about all I have to say about the first 2 episodes. From here on out, it will be every episode that I will be recapping. I don't know how often I'm going to do this. I may just binge the whole rest of the thing today. I don't know. I am so just kind of elated about this. And I don't know why. It just makes me happy. And I really want to, yes, I do want to talk to Shalise. Shalise, if you're out there, hi, Shalise, Cults to Consciousness. I would love to, do a thing with you. Like, please, let's do it. Let's do it. She's a foreman. She's an ex-Mormon. They're a foreman. See, we're trying to come up with a new name for ex-Scientologists because a lot of us don't like the term ex-Scientologist, right? Because it's just sort of like, meh. So we're trying to come up with I like the foreman. Yeah, we have to think of a new one. If you guys have any, different names for people who left Scientology, who grew up in it and just sort of were like deuces, let me know. But guys, this has been amazing. I love you. Thank you so much for tuning in all the places. Okay. And I will see you all on the Flippity Dippity. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, as always, to all my mods and all my members. And guys, click that link. Scan it, click it, love it. Send me boxes of money. I need it. I'll see you guys on the Flippity Dippity.